Are you homesteaders looking for a better way to preserve your food? Well, stick around today because we're unboxing and reviewing the Avid Armor UV32 Chamber Vacuum Sealer, a necessity for every homesteader and prepper. So if you've tried to use food saver vacuum sealers or other type of products, I'm sure you're just as underwhelmed as I was. Well, we recently got this Avid Armor Vacuum Chamber Sealer, and we're super excited to start saving our food in this rather than a vacuum sealer that just really doesn't work over long-term storage. We also really wanted to store stuff in vacuum sealed Mylar bags, so we didn't have to use any oxygen absorbers. So we're gonna go ahead and get this to the garage, open it up, and see what it comes with.
Alright, to get started here, we're going to open up our box. The first thing we're going to see in our box is the Quick Start Guide. It's actually got some useful tips and tricks on the back that'll make using this super easy. So go ahead and set this aside and open up the next part of the box. On top you'll notice an extra heater unit. This is super cool that they include this. If you open it up, you'll see one side is the heater actual unit, the other is the two contacts that actually make contact with the sealer. So we'll put that aside, and it's easiest to open this to turn this upside down and kind of pull the box off of it. Unless you have two people, it can just be kind of a weird thing to do by yourself otherwise. So we'll go ahead and get this turned over, get the styrofoam off, and then we're going to go ahead and get the plastic off in the most easy and efficient way possible, just like that. Let's open the top now, and in the top will be the rest of all the goodies. First and foremost, the power plug. Yep, standard computer power plug that'll plug into the back here in a minute. After that, we'll see a couple of things like the warranty card, some important operating steps in there. Then next we have the replacement lid gasket. This is super awesome again that they include this, and it goes on the top if you ever need to replace it. Also here, you have the attachment that'll actually vacuum seal certain types of mason jars, so that's super handy and awesome that they include it. After that, they've also included a number of bags here. These are the clear plastic bags, a sample pack. There's 3 sizes and a bunch of them. I'm still going through them. And last but not least inside here is the filler plate. This thing is super awesome if you have lots of little bags of stuff to vacuum seal. It can actually go in the very bottom of the vacuum sealer and kind of make the bags fit in there a whole lot easier. So go ahead and put this away for now. Then in here, we're going to go ahead and untape the sealer from the side of the unit. After we get the tape off, we'll see the two basically contacts on the bottom there, the 1 and 2, and then the other parts of the contacts 1 and 2 on the bottom of the actual sealer, and then we'll open up the magnetic holder and slide down the heater sealer into place. It's actually very simple and super easy to do. Then we'll close the magnetic sealing rod here, and we'll go ahead and get this plugged in the back and plugged into the power of the wall and turn on the power switch. To get started, we're going to vacuum seal a standard thing, and that is a tape measure. So get a good idea of how well it actually seals against various types of surfaces. So we'll go ahead and lift the magnetic bar, and the goal here is that you want to get this top plastic middle tab in between the 2 layers of plastic. That's going to keep the bag open while you're vacuum sealing, so make sure it gets a nice vacuum on the entire inside of the chamber and the bag. Then we'll lower the magnetic bar on both of those spots there, and we'll close the top of the sealer. On the front here, go over a few things. We got the vacuum gauge, first of all. You'll see that going when it's actually vacuuming. We have a vacuum time here that we can set using the set button, and then the plus or minus to adjust as necessary. And then we also have the seal time, which we can adjust for using different types of bags like plastic versus Mylar. All these will be listed in the tips and tricks to see what you need to use for each different thing. You also have a cancel button to cancel any part of the process, your auto vac and seal, which is what you'll be using most of all. You'll also have a seal button in here, and that's just used if you just want to seal something, you don't want to vacuum it. Then you also have the marinate function, which does a couple things that you can read about, but you probably won't use it very much. So, to go ahead and get started here, we'll use the standard settings, the 50 and 5, and then we'll go ahead and click the auto vac and seal button to get this going. Once you do that, you want to make sure to press on the lids down slightly with 2 hands until the vacuum gauge starts going up and it starts pushing a vacuum. As you can see here, it's going to start running the vacuum. The indicator is going to go down, time will go down, and once it gets to about 3 or 4 seconds, it'll actually start indicating that it's going to start sealing until it gets down to 0. And after a minute here, it's done sealing, it'll suck air back into the chamber and it releases it. You can see on the vacuum gauge. From the top, this is what it looks like. You can kind of see it change a little bit when it starts sealing. And then after it's done sealing, it releases air back into the chamber and it actually causes it to suction against the item there. Now when we pull this out, we can see here that it actually did a really good job. I'm super impressed by how well it sucked up against it and did a really good job at it. I'm super impressed. It has a double seal every single time, so it helps improve sealing capability. To just get a picture of how well this is going to work with liquids, we're going to use a bag of water. That's it. We'll attach it in here just like normal for anything else. Go ahead and close the lid here, and we'll use the standard 50 vacuum 5 seal. You'll notice here as it's pulling the air out of the chamber, the liquid actually starts to boil, which is pretty cool. And then as it seals, releases air back in, it is completely watertight. It's a super cool thing to do if you need to sous vide or any other seal any more liquids.
Well, to be honest, I'm really impressed with how well this works. The craftsmanship on this is stellar. It's made by a small local business here in the US, and it just really seals stuff solidly. You can vary the amount of vacuum in there as well as the amount of heating for various different sizes and types of bags, like the Mylar or the plastic ones that it does come with. And one thing that we didn't go over is it does have the attachment so you can vacuum seal specific types of mason jars. You could also put mason jars inside of it to seal them as well, but wouldn't work so well if you had liquids or, stuff that would get all over the place. If you guys are looking to purchase this or just looking into them more so, make sure to check the links below to check this specific one out on Amazon, and it helps the channel out quite a bit. Well, thank you guys very much. I'm super excited. We got a couple videos coming out in the next week or so that's actually going to be comparing the Food Saver Vacuum Sealer to this Avid Armor and compare how well it does. And I kind of have an idea, but can't wait to show you guys. So thanks again for joining us. We truly appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time.